mayonnaise, oil, like a substation. Hi, I'm Teryn and welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, if you're new, I make a lot of skincare focused beauty content as well as fashion and life content. If that interests you, please be sure to check out my other videos, like this video, and subscribe. I'm doing this video because I just got my hair done. I got my maintenance curl cut done by Brown Sugar Curl Salon, and that actually gave me the idea to do this video. I keep thinking about how I get so many questions, especially from older women that are entering back into the natural hair community or entering it for the first time. And when I tell them what I do, it's like they have this look of expectation on their face as if they're waiting for a gimmick or like the shoe to drop. And I don't have a gimmick because there really isn't one. And I feel so bad once I see that look on their face because I feel like there's so many things within the natural hair space that targets people that are really desperate to just have a one quick solution to whatever their hair problem is, catering to people that don't have the proper access to that information yet or just aren't aware of what to do. As I have mentioned across these videos, if it's not about fashion or really business, I'm not an expert in it, but I do seek out proper guidance and information from experts. I guess this video could be summed up as a few truths about natural hair in my own terms, in a way that hopefully will make sense to a lot of people that aren't as technical when it comes to hair. Fortunately, it didn't take me that long to come to these conclusions, and I came to a lot of them on my own just because things weren't making sense. I cannot emphasize this point enough. If you are not a professional expert on hair, you need to seek out someone who is. I know that the natural hair community on YouTube did provide a lot of content about natural hair when it started to make a comeback in the digital age. However, myself included, there is a lot of unlearning to do, and that can be done with the help of a good stylist. And I said good stylist because I've been looking for one for years, and that's not to say that stylists I've gone to in the past have been bad, but I really wanted someone that specialized in natural hair and curls. While I was in that search, I came across a lot of stylists that I wouldn't give them a time of the day because there are some signs that I saw as them being a bad stylist. One of those signs is the excessive use of capitalization. I just don't like that at all. That's just me personally. Another sign of a bad stylist for me is needing to know or see my hair texture before they set a price. And then two more signs for me is if they can only cut hair when it's straight, or if their specialty is to make curly hair straight. So those are signs of a bad stylist for me, especially when it comes to someone that proclaims themselves as a curl specialist or someone that does natural hair. On the other hand, signs of a good specialist or stylist for me is someone that includes an educational aspect to your appointment, especially when it comes to natural hair. To me, that's analyzing your current routine and helping you develop a new routine and also giving you adjustments along the way while also providing you with recommendations for products and tools to use. Another really good sign for me is that they address the state of your hair. For example, telling me about the health of my scalp, my strands, do I have breakage, is there any damage? Those are my signs of a good hairstylist. Building off of that, another thing is really to just maintain a good routine and use really great products. This was established by my curl specialist. I knew that a lot of the products that I was using at the time before I went to meet with her were trash. However, I didn't want to just go over what was popular or trending that I saw on social media, such as Olaplex. And I'm not saying anything bad about Olaplex. It's just something that I kept seeing. I actually haven't tried it, but I've heard really great things about it. But what I'm saying is I didn't just want to purchase products that might not have been necessary for me just because I saw that it was super popular on the internet without actually, like consulting with someone. I just wanted to have a professional look at my hair, style my hair, and come up with a format for me to follow based off of that. I'm not sure if Nyquetta is doing virtual consultations at this point, but I will put a link to her website in the description box in case you are in the Charleston, South Carolina area or in the South Carolina area and are looking to book with her. A proper hair routine that focuses on health and hydration is helpful to all hair textures. It makes me feel so awkward when someone tells me that something won't work for them because their hair is too tight or they tried it one time and it didn't work out for them. The same way if you're trying to lose weight or gain weight, or if you're trying to fade your hyperpigmentation, it takes time and patience. You will not see results overnight. I do think some of this comes from looser textures becoming kind of like the poster child for natural hair, and then it kind of also becoming the ideal image for a Black woman, especially in the media and in people's, I guess, romantic ideals. But you have to make yourself your own ideal. Another thing that helped me, I mentioned this in other videos, but once I moved to New York or an internship, I did not have the space for a ton of products. And so I just realized I had to stop being redundant. And I mean this in a way that a lot of the products that we have already have oils in them or even extracts in them. For instance, the Curly Magic that I use has jojoba oil. When I mean stop being redundant, why are you applying raw oils to your hair like olive oil, coconut oil, jojoba oil to your hair when that's already found in the products that you're using? It's really unnecessary, and it's honestly a waste of money. I feel like those unnecessary steps and products were a way to get you to retain moisture in your hair and get your styles to last, like up to 2 weeks. The way I understand hydration and moisture is, if I'm thirsty, I go to drink more water, right? So if my hair is dry, I'm going to apply water to it by washing it. That's how I understand it. If my plants are dry, I water them. That's just the way I understand it. And I think this is why you see so many stylists going hard about washing your hair at least once a week. And it's honestly something you should do for the health of your scalp as well. I'm someone that works out a lot, but even if you don't, there's still like oil and dirt and buildup that gets on your scalp. It's gonna get on your pillows. It's gonna get everywhere. So make sure that your hair is clean, which also helps with hydration. My last point is not buying into a get rich quick scheme. I'm talking about how your hair length and texture is determined by your genetics. You can definitely work to retain length and reduce breakage, but if you want to change the length of your hair or change the texture of your hair, you'll have to look into extensions, wigs, or some type of chemical alteration to your hair. And this kind of goes back to the point of long, loose, curly hair being the ideal within the beauty community or within the natural hair community, and how a lot of people are trying to achieve that look and getting upset if they weren't able to achieve that look. And so that's why I mentioned you have to be your own ideal. Once you get into a routine where you are able to reduce your breakage, you might see that your hair is the longest that it has ever been. The goal of yours was to retain length and maintain length. Going to a professional and seeking their guidance will definitely help you. Another kind of get rich scheme I see is, in addition to those pills that are like, this will grow your hair down to your ankles. I'm gonna just jump into, why are people using the contents of their pantry and refrigerator on their hair? I'm not a professional or an expert, so I cannot explain this in a way that is the proper terminology as a hairstylist would, or someone that has studied hair. So I'm just gonna explain this in a way that makes sense to me. For instance, if you have ever spilled like canola oil, olive oil on a kitchen towel, maybe you got some on your shirt while you were cooking, you know that it takes a while to lift, and you probably have to use some Dawn, you probably have to use some heavier cleaning agents to get that spot to lift, right? So why would you apply that to your hair? You know what I'm saying? Especially if your hair is damaged, that's lights out for you. Another example is, say you made a sandwich and you left the knife out just in case you decided to make a second sandwich later, but you never made that second sandwich. When you go to clean the knife, you see that the mayonnaise or the Miracle Whip, whatever it is caked up on the knife, right? And it's harder to clean versus if you just wiped it off immediately. Why would you do that to your hair? Why would you do that to your hair? And I'm not saying to wipe the mayonnaise off immediately by washing it, but that stuff is gonna leave residue on your hair. Why would you wanna do that to your hair? The key really is water, good products, and a good routine. I feel like Western society has made it for women that the ideal standard of beauty is long, shiny hair. So that's why you see all these desperate attempts and these kind of, I don't wanna say desperate because I feel like that comes across as mean, but these weird attempts to get this ideal standard of beauty when it comes to natural hair. A lot of people capitalize off of that being the ideal beauty standard, and so that's kind of why they keep it in production, if that makes sense. To round out this video, seek the help and guidance of a professional, and from there, build off your best routine with the best products. That is my best advice to give you, and that is really the truth about natural hair. Don't be afraid of water. Make sure that you wash your hair on a regular basis, and just stay consistent with your routine, and you will see the best results. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you out here looking for a curl specialist? Let me know. As always, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment for more videos. Thank you again. I was just about to sit down and edit this video, and I remembered that I did not do a comment of the week. This week's comment of the week is from Just to Know. I hope that's the right pronunciation, but I think that's so cute. This comment is, thank you for sharing. You hit all the main points for a good wash and go. I love following others that also follow a simple routine. Thank you so much for this comment. I definitely agree that simple is key, simple is best, and it honestly saves you a lot of money, to be honest.